Today, Scott and I are here to talk to you about what Scott said just earlier.
I did.
Is what he thinks is the greatest bass solo of all time.
Yeah, predicated on the fact that my mum knows this bass solo. Because Ian was like, well, you know, what about Schoolies Ferguson and like Matt Garrison and all of these
John
people,
Patitucci.
John Patitucci that you've talked about forever. And I'm like, yeah, but my mum doesn't know their bass solos. So
I love that your mom is the gauge.
She's the gauge. she's the gauge. She knows this bass solo, and you heard us play, you know, a bit from the song right at the top, and that was the solo.
Right.
That your mum, you might even know this as well. So let me hit you with some questions.
I'm ready.
What was the track?
I'll Take You There, Staple Singers.
When was it recorded?
Okay, Jim.
1972.
72.
It was actually recorded in 71, but released in 72.
This guy's got the facts.
Okay, who was the bass player?
David Hood.
What was the band?
The band was the Staple Singers.
Yeah, but what was the session band?
The session band was the Swampers.
What bass was he playing?
He was playing a 61 jazz bass.
What bass did you think he was playing?
A P bass.
So a shout out to PD Bass here on YouTube. I love his channel. He did a video about this bass solo, and I was talking to Ian earlier about it, and Ian was like, oh, it's a P bass, and I was like, well,
hold on.
Actually, it was a modified jazz bass. We've actually got a picture of it as well.
Oh, yeah.
But let me just show you. It was a 61?
61. Looks like it had been refinished. It's like dark brown. To me, it looks like the finish was stripped off of it and then it was stained.
Yeah, so here we have a not 61 jazz bass, but on jazz basses that from the 1961 era, they didn't have, so just ignore these. This is what you get on a regular jazz bass, right?
Yeah.
Volume and tone.
Yes.
But on a 61, you had two volumes and two tones that were stacked. So they're called, what they're called, concentric
pots.
Concentric pots.
Yeah.
You heard it there. So he had concentric pots on it, and he also had one of these over here as well. My assumption, could be wrong, but my assumption is that he had foam under this thing because this wasn't the original. The original, they did have these covers on originally. My assumption is that he lost that or whatever, and he used this.
And this is a P-bass cover.
It is a P-bass cover,
and because the jazz bass covers were thinner, the ones that went up here, and then the ones that went on the back had the big F.
It was
covered the entire bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I bet he found a P-bass cover, stuck some foam under there. Yeah.
Exactly, because we've actually got a clip of him playing that exact bass, which was stolen in that same year, actually, in 1972, I think. So here he is, here's David playing with Traffic live 1972 with that exact bass. Check it out. You can see the cover there, just up behind that bridge pickup. This tambourine guy's loving it. He's loving life.
Loving it. I'm loving that shirt. I gotta tell you, it's great.
So before we get into the solo, can you just show me the bass line? Because the bass line's freaking awesome.
Bass line is so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, gotta turn it up. Here we go.
And the chords are just C major to F major. Super simple, right?
I remember when I was learning this, I was hammering it on like, and then I was having a struggle to get down to that F.
What?
Because it's fast, yeah. But when I was hearing it, he is absolutely playing every one of those, articulating each note, right?
Let me see.
Ooh, you sound good playing that. Uh-huh.
I know a place. Ain't nobody
Engineer pushing that bass up in the mix.
And he's so on it.
worried.
He's even pushing that phrase a little.
Pushing it, yeah.
faces. No, no, lying to the races. Help me, come on, somebody help me now. I'll take you there. Help me on.
So good.
I'll take you there.
Were they doing the tic-tac thing back then on this?
I'm not sure. I mean, I sure do love that sound. What Scott's referring to is like somebody playing either an electric bass or maybe a baritone guitar, a bass 6 even, with a pick and a bit of spring reverb. Right? Doubling the bass.
Yeah. Where was that popularized?
I mean, that was a Nashville thing. And in country, with the upright player playing an upright part, and then a baritone or bass 6 or a tic-tac player.
Yeah.
And, you know, popularized doing this kind of thing. You know?
Yeah.
And it just gave like some definition to the part.
Yeah, and like it was used a lot with Carol Kay as well, and you know, whole band.
I don't know if they did it here, but but to me, it's like always a cool vibe.
Sounds great. Anyway, so this is the solo. We're going to play the solo, and then we're going to show you how to play it because it's super cool.
All right, now, baby, little lady, need you here, help me out. Come on, little lady. All right. Doing something so.
Bo-ba, bo-ba.
Oh, yeah. To get back. Oh, cool.
Well, the end of that. So check it out.
Oh, cool.
Do you want to do the solo? I'll do the chords.
So he's starting on the third of the chord, which is a C. So he's playing E, and you know, I always thought it was, but it's not.
Yeah. So we went through this before because we were like nerding out about how did he play it.
Yeah.
And I'm a super nerd for this. I don't want to just replicate the notes. I want to know where they played it on the bass, what the fingering was, the whole deal, because we can.
Well, and I don't know if this is right, but this is the closest we could come. I've seen people play it here, right? And then slide to here, right? But I think it sounds like this E to me.
Yeah.
Then there's a slide to the A, and then a slide to the F. Down that F, basically power chord.
Yeah.
So we have an E, then we have A, G, F, C, F.
We will have the tab and notation for this. And we'll put the link in the description. Hit that, it'll take you over to the page. Grab the tab and notation so you can download it and then come back here and we'll see you. We're waiting for you. Okay?
Oh, you're back.
So for that top. Oh, you're back! Where have you been?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've got this E, and then we're gonna play A, D, C, G, C. And this is such a great figure. I'm just playing this with these two fingers.
It's the same up here, isn't it? It's actually the same. So there's
yeah. Yeah, and you're using, okay, so I see you're using third finger and fourth finger.
On that second phrase, I go 3, 4, 4, 3, 1.
And I'm using it as a bar, like with my pinky.
Got it.
Either way, totally fine, I think. Then he plays. I love that.
Little slide in
Little
there.
sauce. And is this guy, you think? Is this like...
I think it's this.
Cool.
Because I think so many people play guitar back then.
Yeah, right.
You know, it's like kind of
the pentatonic thing.
Yeah, guitar fingering, yeah. Both of these it's a C major and F major, and he's using pentatonic scales over both these as well.
Right. Yeah. So, if you want to know what that is, thinking about this C pentatonic, C, D, E, G, A, C. Yeah. That's the whole thing.
It's major scale without the fourth and the seventh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's do the whole thing and I'll play the chords.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Look at me, Mom. I'm playing the solo. Are you proud? What was it? Was it something? Jim got it. Yeah. Jim got it. Yeah, Jim got it. Yeah. Wicked. Freaking awesome bass solo.
So
Maybe
cool.
the greatest bass solo of all time. Let us know in the comments what you guys think. I think it probably is. Probably.
You're backtracking now. You're like, this is the greatest. You're like, my mom would know this solo.
I'm sure that this is probably the greatest bass solo of all time.
But is it? Let us know in the comments if there's anything else that you think challenges this in terms of its accessibility, singability, part writing. Does your mom know it? That's important.
That's the only thing that matters. So don't come forward with that neoclassical shit. Does your mum know it? And remember as well, we've got the tablet notation for you. We'll put the link down in the description below so you can grab it there. And we will see you next time in this shed. See you in a bit. Bye.